Right. But men like a sign. Men like signs. Plenty of people like signs and wonders. And that's why a lot of people run down churches and places where they have signs and wonders. People love signs and wonders. For what? I don't know. Because they don't have faith. They don't believe. And Jesus was talking to the disciples and the Pharisees, and they seek after a sign. And he said to them, in Matthew 12:38, then certain of the scribes and of the Pharisees answered, saying, Master, we would see a sign from thee. But he answered and said unto them, an evil and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign. And there shall no sign be given to it, but the sign of the prophet Jonah. For as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. So we're going in, this is the Easter message that I'm bringing here, to show you how confused the world is. 3 days and 3 nights, you cannot get 3 days and 3 nights from Good Friday to Easter Sunday. And I'm going to explain all of that. Jesus is not a liar. Man is a liar. But Jesus is not a liar. He said he'll be in the earth for 3 days and 3 nights. From Friday, we know, based on what the world celebrates, they had to take him down from the cross because his Sabbath draweth nigh. And based on the world, they believe it was Friday. And because the Sabbath drew nigh, they took him down from the cross and put him in the tomb. That is a night going to start. And if it's Friday night, you will have one night into Saturday morning. When the sun rises, you'll have one day, which is Saturday day. And then Saturday night, you'll have another night. And Jesus was resurrected during that period. Early in the morning of Sunday morning, which is the first day of the week, they said, the stone was rolled away and he was resurrected. All of that we're going to go into Scripture and verify. But there you can only get one day, which is Saturday day. Because Friday night, from Friday 6 o'clock night, he would have been in the grave according to what they believe, which is a Sabbath day. That's a night. Saturday would have been the day, which would have been one day. Saturday evening, when the sun sets, you would have a next night. And he was resurrected early Sunday morning. So you only have one night, 2 nights, and one day. That's 3 days. That you can't get 3 days and 3 nights from Friday. And that weigh heavy on me because my God is not a liar. This is Jesus telling the Pharisees and the scribes, there shall be no sign given to you but the sign of Jonah the prophet. So we have to make sure that we clarify this if that is the only sign that is given to prove Jesus is the Christ. Because everybody could born and everybody dies, but not everybody resurrects. And this is the only sign to prove his resurrection. But based on the world system, he's a liar. If I celebrate crucifixion on Good Friday, and I accept that, then I believe my God is a liar. Because you can't get 3 days and 3 nights. The same God who's saying, just as Jonah was in the whale's belly. Now, Jonah was in the whale's belly for 3 days and 3 nights. It wasn't figurative. It was literally 3 days and 3 nights. So Jesus has to be in the earth for 3 days and 3 nights. So here we have another mix-up. So you have Easter, people following traditions. You have the crucifixion on Good Friday, people following traditions. But Pastor, how do you explain it? Now, let me start the story a little bit. And I'm going to stray from the crucifixion for a moment. And I hope I have enough time this morning because it's plenty of things I want to show you. If 3 days and 3 nights is an issue, we have to go back into the beginning of time where time was set. How do we set time? How does God check time? So we go right up to Genesis chapter 1, verses 1. Isn't that the best place to go? Scrap all the knowledge man have and go straight up to when it started, where the rubber meets the road, so that there is no confusion. And it says, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, let there be light. And there was light. And God saw the light that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness, and he called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. So a day consists of an evening and a morning. He gave the moon to govern the night, and he gave the sun to govern the day. You have one moon, you have one sun. The sun stays in the sky for 12 hours, approximately. And it rises, and that sun will stay in the sky right through until it sets. That is a day. You can't come in halfway there and say, that is the day going to change. And vice versa, the moon starts from the sunset, but the moon don't necessarily have to be there, but the sun is no longer in the sky. Sometimes the moon comes up later, it comes up different time. But the point is the sun has set and night has begun. And the night goes all the way. It doesn't, a day cannot change 12 o'clock in the night at 11:59 p.m. and then go to 12 a.m. of the next day. The same night is running, but that is the foolishness we live in. But as a whole, you have to understand the enemy. Satan been around a long time. From since then, he been around. And he have a plan to confuse man. He has a plan to confuse everything. And he wants the whole world to be confused so that you don't know the truth. If you don't know the truth, look, it's so ridiculous right now that they cannot publicly say the definition of a woman. I'm watching a live thing where they're questioning a judge, and they have to appoint her, and they ask her to define what a woman is. And she cannot define what a woman is. She never answered the question. That is how confused the world is today. This is what we're living in. And we have to step back out of the world to see the truth. Or else we just get wrapped up in everything else, and we will just go down the drain like everybody else. And God is looking for a peculiar people, the renewing of your mind, so that you're not conformed to the ways of the world and the things of the world, that they're so confused, they don't even know what, you can't define what a woman is. Because I was doing a transgender debate kind of stuff to get certain laws passed, and in order for you to do certain things, you have to define first, but they can't define. It's madness. That's how far and how terrible the world has reached today. So, I have plenty to read, so I don't want to stay too long on those things. So we are